now more conscious of nutritional security. So we are pushing definitely the grains for starch, but we also push the white meats, so your chickens, poultry, piggery, but we also have started big in the fisheries space. So we now have a fisheries and aquatic resources department, which is responsible for growing the fish and making sure that we have enough fish in the country. Currently, the fish production is skewed towards Lake Kariba. That's where most of the fish is. Farmed fish is not common in Zimbabwe, but we do require about 40,000 tons of fish every year, which we consume. But currently the production is half that, which means we have a huge deficit in terms of the requirement for fish for the country. But even more disheartening is the fact that all the fish, 90% of the fish that we consume, they are coming from Kariba. So you see people selling Kariba bream, all the kapenda is coming from Kariba. So the situation is dire in terms of the availability of fish meat to the general populace. So in terms of the production, we are really pushing now so that we can take production out of Kariba alone to all the major dams across the country. So we have the presidential about 300 dams, and this year we have to stock 300 dams across the country. And the major dams, we also have a strategy where we are saying all the major dams, Tokwe Mkosi, Lake Chivero, and all these other large dams, inland dams that are in the country, we want the operators in Kariba, for example, to move and also take that space at Tokwe Mkosi and Lake Chivero and other lakes that are in the country, to utilize them for kapenda production and for other fish production. But even more sweeter, we are saying fish production is a big business, and we encourage the young people and the young farmers and those who have no access to land to know that there's a big land resource which is there in the water. So they can rent space in the water, produce their own fish. So imagine if you have a cage that holds 25,000 fish and all you need is the cage, then you go and rent out water in Tokwe Mkosi. You will be able to have your fish in 6 months. You will have your fish, 25,000 fish. A kg will probably be 2-3 fish, so you can multiply the numbers, the number of kgs you produce times $4-5 per kg of fish. So that's a real business that people that want to farm fish can go into. But not only that, we also have those private people that have land and they also have water. They can go into the pond, fish pond production of fish in the ponds. That space is available. As long as you have space on your farm, behind your house, you can always put a fish pond, and they can vary in size. Our job as the fisheries department is to make sure that we provide you with technical backup, what size of fish pond to construct, and how much water you need, how much feed you need, where you get the fingerlings, and how many fingerlings do you put in there. And in 6-7 weeks, 7 months, you have your fish. So it's a low-hanging fruit that anyone can go into, as long as you have access to water to make sure that the fish are comfortable. So around the country, we've started the farmed fish department, and already we've stocked more than 50 dams to date, and we have more than 300 fish ponds across the country, private, on all the irrigation schemes that we have as government. We are putting a fish pond there. On all the nutrition gardens, we are also putting a fish pond there. The aim is to have a fish pond in every village. a fish pond, at least a fish pond in every irrigation scheme, and encourage all the farms to have at least a fish pond where they can have fish produced on their farms. So we are pushing. We believe that the fish production business is a key driver to the nutritional security of the nation, and therefore it will lead to a healthy nation, and a healthy nation will lead to development.